from Nashville, Tennessee. It's The Three. And here's your host, Laura Harris-Smith.
Hi everybody, I'm Laura Harris-Smith. Welcome to The Three. Hey, do you like to travel? I love to travel. My husband and I have been married for 38 years, and we figured out several years back that we had been to just about as many states as we had been married in years. So now we're at like almost at the 40 state mark, and we are determined. We're checking off our U.S. bucket list. And so there's a new program out there. I don't know if you've heard of it or not. It's called Destined to Roam. And I have the executive producers and hosts with me today. Hi, Steve and Carol Cunningham.
Good to be here.
I am so glad to have you on the couch today. Now, Steve, you are at CTN. You have been there as sales director and, of course, programmer. I mean, you do all of the programming. The Three is on CTN because of this guy. So send all your fan mail to Steve Cunningham. How long have you been at CTN?
18 years.
18
this June
years.
1st.
Wow. You pretty much running the place.
No.
I know the influence that you have. But no, I am excited about your show because, you know, there are people who they do love to travel, but they don't get to.
Yeah.
And I've seen the show, and I've seen what you're doing, and I kept waiting. I was like, I know them. I know there's going to be like a message in here. They're not just turning a camera on while they're traveling. There's always some moment in the show where there's some beautiful message of either what God's doing in that, region, in that place, or what He's doing in some region of your heart, some testimony. And I absolutely love that. So I have asked them to come today and just highlight some of the show, some of the favorite places that they've been. And I think one of the places you started out with was a story about a show you did in Leadville, Colorado.
I think that's actually like our fourth show or something like that. But I think it was one of our favorite ones, so we kind of sent that out to everybody to show them. We actually did our first show in Savannah, and then the second show we did Central Florida, and then
The horse country there.
Yeah, horse country, and then I think it was Colorado.
Yeah.
So it was like the third show.
Wow.
But it was one of our favorites because we had never done this before, and by the time we got to the third show, we had learned a little bit more of what we were doing because they weren't constantly telling us, well, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? You know?
Well, okay, so then let's start there before we get to Leadville. What made you decide to do it? What made you decide to just let's do it?
We were praying because I was trying to get new programming, and we felt the Lord said, why don't you do something? The Lord speaks to me strongly. About 8 years ago, I said, God, I wanted to play the bass all my life. And He speaks very strong. He says, get off your butt. You're not getting any younger. So anyway,
He talks
I'm
like you,
here to help Jude a little bit.
Okay.
So we decided, let's do it.
Yeah,
because we had done drama.
He was looking for some different shows because on CTN it's a lot of preaching and teaching, which is good.
Sure.
And when you came with your show, he was like super excited about it because it's different.
Yeah.
And so we were just praying about, I was always at home praying, Lord, open door, show what show you want. And the Lord said, why don't you guys do it?
Wow. I didn't know that part.
I was like, well, what? And he's like, you love to travel. What about a travel show? And we had been watching on YouTube some travel shows and thought, you know what, we could do that because we had traveled in our youth when we were in our 20s and in the 70s. We had traveled for a year and a half in a little tiny 13-foot trailer with our daughter.
And no bathroom.
No bathroom.
So I'm like, we're not doing that again.
Oh, my goodness.
So right now we're praying and believing God for a good-sized trailer. But right now we're just traveling, staying at hotels or Airbnbs or something like that. So when the Lord spoke it, I said, why don't we just try it? So we talked to the producer and an editor, and they said, yeah, sure. So we took our first trip up to Savannah and did it and made a bunch of mistakes. But
you learned what not to do.
Our editor kind of filled it in and made it work. So we got our first show and we took it to those in authority over us, and they said, oh, looks good. We'll let you try this.
So prayer works.
Prayer does work. How long have you guys been married?
53 years this 4th of July.
53. Why'd you get married on the 4th of July?
Do I ever forget my anniversary?
Oh, Steve! Oh my goodness.
It's either 4th of July, New Year's, or our anniversary.
Yeah.
I just wait to see how she's celebrating.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so then set up Leadville for us. I want to show this clip of you guys, and you said it was just a really cute episode that you like kind of showed everything that you did. So set it up.
Do you want to?
Leadville started out was a lead city, not city, town.
Okay.
It's
okay.
it was a silver town, but they started searching for lead and they ended up finding silver. And in my family pictures, I remembered when we decided to go travel, and I remembered that there's a picture of Leadville, so I pulled it out. Come to find out, my great-grandfather was one of the pioneers that started Leadville.
No.
He had 2 different stores, general store, and they were both in mining, he and his brother. I had some family pictures that were my great-grandfather and my grandfather, who was 8 years old, standing in front of the stores.
That's amazing.
So that's what we want you to see.
Okay, so
clip.
keep that in mind as we watch this from Destined to Rome.
Hi. We're standing on the side of a hill. Why? Because there's a barn there we want you to see.
Like you even give a rip.
Anyway.
Okay, welcome to another day of our great Colorado adventure.
You got that right.
Yesterday, we spent the whole day trying to fight Breckenridge weather, and we finally gave up and said, we are done with you, Breckenridge. Rain and hail, whatever. So now we are in Leadville, but it also has a bunch of history from Steve's family, and we're going to try to find some of the properties that we know that was here back in the 1800s and see if there's anything left.
We have a couple pictures of both places, one from 1806 and the other one from 1905. We'll show those to you. And then we'll go on a hunt looking for the location, either the vacant lot or a building that kind of looks like it. So then we'll let you do the test. You think this the one? Or is it this one? Or is it this one? My great-grandfather was trustee of that bank, so he was here when it first opened up. Charles, poking horn.
Pretty cool.
Yep. Well, we looked up in the city registry. This was Porkenhorn's house, late 1800s. He might have been the guy that built it, right? Great-grandpa. Pretty awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay, so next segment, we're going to go all the way to the other coast. We're going to Florida, Destined to Rome. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break. Stay close. Hi, I'm Laura Harris-Smith, inventor of Quiet Brain Essential Oil Blend. You know, if you would have told me 2 years ago when I was mixing that very first little bottle that we would have thousands of customers from all over the world and that we'd have to quadruple our staff to keep up with the demand produced by our international TV infomercial, I'm not sure I would have believed you. And if you told me I'd be hearing regular testimonies of improved sleep, reduced stress, migraine relief, even help with other neurological challenges like seizures, PTSD, tremors, muscle spasms, even anxiety, well, I probably would have cried. And sometimes, when I'm reading a Quiet Brain testimony, I do. But if you would have told me 1 year ago when we introduced our Quiet Brain Variety Gift Box that it would become the biggest selling item on our online store at quietbrainoil.com, I would have said, I believe it. The reason is because I created the gift box to be the perfect combination of all of our Quiet Brain products. The oil itself for topical use on the skin that contains only certified pure oils that can cross the blood-brain barrier and bring speedy relief and neurological support. And our aromatherapy line with our Quiet Brain shampoo and conditioner, candles, inhalers, all of which use the nasal passages to gain direct access to the limbic brain, which is the emotional center of the brain. So whether you need to use Quiet Brain topically or aromatherapeutically, the Quiet Brain gift box has everything that you need. And now we've given our gift box an upgrade without increasing the price. It now comes with our satin Quiet Brain Sleep Eye Mask. Just put a few drops of oil on the nose guard and you're on your way to enjoying a good night's sleep. And it all comes packaged in a beautiful gift box and delivered to the destination of your choice or sent to you so you can use it for 7 different gifts or keep a few for yourself. When sold separately, the items in the box are $160, but you're getting it for $135. That's a $25 savings, meaning that you're getting the nasal inhaler and the shampoo and conditioner for free. The Quiet Brain gift box comes with 1 Whisper Quiet Nightlight diffuser with 16 color options and intermittent mist options, 1 dropper bottle of Quiet Brain, 1 Quiet Brain nasal inhaler, 1 Quiet Brain candle, the satin sleep eye mask, and your healing shampoo and conditioner. And remember, both are color safe, aloe enriched, paraben and sulfate free, loaded with wonderful ingredients like unscented coconut oil, olive oil, sugar beet betaine, and of course the Quiet Brain blend with its 8 essential oils like lavender, frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, and more. We get repeated testimonies of both being used with great effectiveness during headaches for pain relief. So go to quietbrainoil.com to order. Quiet Brain is a great gift for any time of the year, but especially for seasons like these that bring additional stress. Give the gift of health and peace this year. Give the gift of Quiet Brain. Hey guys, welcome back from the break. We are here with the executive producers and hosts of Destin Jerome, Carol, and Steve Cunningham. And, you know, I told you before the break that we were going to go to one of the shows that they shot in Florida, which is where you live, right? It's so beautiful there. But first, Steve, show him your shirt. Show him this shirt. Destin Jerome, look at that logo. It's so awesome. This guy has such a sense of humor. Steve, from the moment I met you, I was really put at ease. We were at CTN to do the I guess it was the Herman and Sharon show.
Yeah, that's right.
And we had just finished shooting TheTHREE. We had all of these, you know, episodes in the can. Hadn't really done anything with them yet much. And Chris says, I think we're here for more than Herman and Sharon. Does this place have a sales program, you know, director of programming and sales director? And I went, I don't know. Let's see who that is. And in walks Steve Cunningham. And I wanted to be scared for like 5 minutes until I met you, and then I realized you were a friend for life. I'm not kidding. Like, you just have such... So I just want you to see this little clip, a taste of the humor of Steve Cunningham, which, by the way, this is about, you know, Quiet Brain, the product, the patented essential oil brand that I have. But let's see what Steve did with it.
Hello, friends. I want to introduce you to the new formula of Quiet Brain. Are you tired, listless, run down? Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular? The answer to all your problems is right here in this little bottle. All it takes is a spoonful after every meal. And it's tasty too. It tastes just like candy. So why don't you join the thousands of happy baby people and get your very own bottle of QB Vitamin Vitamins. Order it now. Huh? Again? Hi, folks. I'd like to introduce you to the new formula of QB, Quiet Brain Vitamin Vitamins. Are you tired, run down, listless? Do you poop out at parties? Are you unpopular? The answer to all of your problems is right in this little bottle here. It has all the normal ingredients of QB, however they've added vitamins, meat, vegetables, and minerals. All it takes is 1 little spoonful before every meal. And it's tasty too. It tastes just like candy. Okay, friends, here I am. I want to introduce you to the new formula of QB Vitamin Vitamins. Are you tired? Are you run down and listless? Do you pop out at parties? Are you unpopular? Well, the answer to all your problems is right here in this little bottle. It has all the normal ingredients of Quiet Brain, but they have added vitamins, meat, vegetables, and minerals. All it takes is a little spoonful after every meal. So why don't you join the thousands of happy, peppy people and get your very own bottle of vitamin vitamins by Quiet Brain. Order it today.
Welcome back, everybody. everybody. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. Okay. Seriously, I just had to slip that in there. Surprise. I want you to take us to the show in Florida. I know it's your stomping grounds, but what made you decide to do a show so close to home? It wasn't like destined to Rome; it was destined to home. So what made you select it?
It didn't cost very much to do it.
Okay, I know every verse of that song.
Yep. You just drive out in the country.
Because the central part of Florida, people don't realize how beautiful it is there.
I think you're right.
And there's horse ranches, and there's natural springs, and beautiful rivers, and the huge oak trees with the moss on them. So we thought, wow, this would be a great place to go.
Right.
So we just did it.
So
we
we
went
just did
Airbnb there and went out and shot.
Yeah, and this was our second show, so we were still learning. So we went up, shot, came back home, and goes like, oh, we should have done that. So the next weekend we went back.
That's how it is. Oh, okay.
And we did the ones that we thought. We came back four times we did that. For 4 weekends we went back.
And our editor made us look good, like we just did it like that.
No, you gotta love your editor, because that is he or she is the secret sauce in your production.
Right.
Oh,
they
no
can either
kidding.
make you look good or make you look bad. You need to stay on their good side. Okay, then set up this clip. What are we about to watch?
You want to set it up?
We were acting youth pastors in between youth pastors. So Carol and I had taken the youth out to, it was either Rainbow Springs or Juniper Springs, one of the springs where you rent canoes.
And that's the story. Don't give away the story, because that's the clip we're going to show.
All right.
We are on a canoe trip, and he's reminiscing about our past.
Oh,
So
I see.
that's the clip.
Okay, fantastic. Take a look.
All right, here we are. With
Yay!
Head Springs Interest. We're going to go get a canoe.
Woohoo!
Hey, girl.
Hey! Hi! Remember that time we took the teens on a canoe trip?
Oh, gosh, yeah. When we were acting youth pastors.
Yes.
We're out there paddling in aluminum canoes with aluminum paddles, and there's a thunderstorm.
That was so smart, wasn't it?
And we thought all the kids' parents are going to say, "What'd you do to my kid?" And then went around the bend, couldn't see them, but we heard a bunch of hollering, and they had tipped their canoe, one group,
I remember
and
that.
sandwiches were floating down past us. I bet they still talk about it, though.
And then the kids the river was much not as wide, like this one's nice and wide, but the river we took them on was not nice and wide.
You had to get out and walk.
Do you remember? You could hear the kids yelling, "Turn, you're headed for the shore, turn," and the other kids saying,
I'm paddling.
I'm trying.
The quickest way to get a divorce is rent a canoe.
It's fun though. I think the
Yeah.
kids had a great time.
You guys are hilarious. Okay, so this I'm seeing now, and I think as more episodes are released, this is something that people are going to want to see you come to our region. You need to create some kind of a website that has, like,
Good idea.
sponsor Carol and Steve to
that's
come
a good
to your
idea.
area.
Yeah.
So when we come back from the break, we're going to take you actually to Utah. Now, they got to Utah to do an episode and had a little visitor in COVID. They had to get really creative on this shoot. You're gonna enjoy watching it. Be right back.
Neuromatics Oil is a family of therapeutic-grade patented oil blends created by nutritionist and author Laura Harris Smith. Invented for her own lifelong journey for neurological health, Quiet Brain now helps those worldwide who suffer from insomnia, migraines, anxiety, seizures, tremors, and more. Quiet Brain contains oils like frankincense, myrrh, lavender, sandalwood, and others. Next, Happy Brain is a bright mood-lifting citrus blend and contains oils like lemon, lime, clementine, spearmint, and more. Users say it combats depression and even aids in weight loss. Next is Sharp Brain, Laura's Focus Blend, also used to improve cognitive memory issues with oils like coffee, cinnamon, vanilla, clove, and others. Each $69.95 bottle is a 10-week supply if used daily, or about $1 a day. And right now, buy 2 bottles and get the third one free, and get a free eye mask using the promo code on your screen at neuromaticsoil.com or at 1-855-784-3827. That's 1-855-QUIET-BRAIN.
I'm naturopathic Dr. Laura Harris Smith, and if you'll give me 10 days, Give It to God and Go to Bed can help you stress less, sleep better, and dream more. There are even links inside to my free 10 Days to Deeper Sleep and Dreams program and 10 Goodnight videos. Can you close your eyes and just still listen to me? The whole book takes place in your bedroom, and with chapter titles like The Junk Under Your Bed, The Treasures in Your Bedroom, and The Monsters in Your Closet. Give It to God and Go to Bed helps you learn to rest and hear God speak in dreams. Take back your sleep and dreams, my friend, with Give It to God and Go to Bed. Welcome back, guys. You're watching The Three. I'm Laura Harris Smith. We're here with Steve and Carol Cunningham. They are the hosts of Destined to Roam, and so far on the show today, they've taken us to Colorado, they've taken us to Florida, and in a minute, we're going to go on a trip with them out to Utah, see what kind of trouble they got into out there, what found them out there. But before we do that, now we have a flavor of the show. What's your goal? Why did you do this?
Well, we wanted to reach. We really wanted to reach not so much the Christian community.
Yes.
We really wanted to grab those that don't really know the Lord.
Okay.
But we wanted to show them that, because before I was saved, I always thought Christians were like, just they
Stuffy and did
yeah,
nothing.
stuffy.
Didn't have any fun.
No, didn't have
Yeah.
any fun, and they had lived by a bunch of rules and regulations, and their life was just different. And they didn't listen to crazy rock and roll music,
No way.
and you didn't, just didn't do any of that stuff. And so we wanted to do a show and show people that life is fun as a Christian.
fun, yeah.
So we decided we would do it. Travel, make it light, make it happy like what we
It
are.
is, yeah.
We're not pretending that we're something that we're not, because that's what we are.
You really
but
are.
we wanted to loosen them up with just lightness and everything, and then stick in there
Yeah.
a testimony or just something that would show them that there's more to our life than fun and games.
Yeah.
That we have this relationship with the Lord that makes our life what it is.
Well, that's what the Christian walk is. It is an adventure.
Exactly.
And how ironic is it, Steve, that you get this idea for a show called Destined to Roam, and then the pandemic happens and nobody can go anywhere. So I'm sure that it's been a little limited.
Yeah.
Have you had challenges there? I know I'm about to segue into what happened in Utah, but
We learned how to understand people when they talk with masks on, which was tough.
really? Oh my
But that's
God.
over with. That's part of the
No, you've
blessings
got,
of living in
you've got
Florida.
Governor DeSantis, and he, from the beginning, has said, don't worry with the masks. So don't worry. Now, listen, we've lost friends to COVID. I know how serious it is. Never had it ourselves, but so I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying, like Florida, when we would come down to visit and we would not have to wear a mask, it was just so freeing. So have you found, in making the show during a pandemic, which we're not supposed to be traveling, and it's called Destined to Roam, did you run into people who had on masks and they wouldn't take them off and be on camera, and you did?
Oh, yeah. And
Wait, go ahead.
No, you first.
Colorado,
Yeah.
we could not find a place to eat. We were in a little town, and all the restaurants were closed down because they couldn't get people to work.
Wow.
And we went to a restaurant, and I think we waited for like 45 minutes just to get seated, and there was hardly anybody there. And when we got seated, they said, please understand, the man that owns this restaurant is also cooking. And then there's one waitress.
So it'll be next year when we get to you. All right. So this is a trip that they took out to Utah. We've already set it up for you. They got out there and got a little surprised. Take a look at this.
Okay.
Yes.
Just took the test. It was super easy. I thought they were going to stick swabs all the way down to my throat, but it was just 10 circles around each nostril. So we'll find out in about an hour or less.
That
they
she
said.
only has a fighting a cold. That's it.
Yes, in the name of Jesus. Okay, so we're on our way back to the condo that we're renting, and we got a text from the place about the results of the test, and it came back positive. So I do have COVID. So we have just pulled off to the side of the road trying to figure out what to do. We called the place that did the testing and said, okay, what do we do now? Do they have therapeutics that you can take? And she said, no, there's nothing out there you can take.
and you just need to quarantine for 14 days. And Steve and I both knew that there are therapeutics, but they're not being pushed very much. And I contacted my pastor, and he said, oh yeah, there are therapeutics. And he told us about monoclonal
Antibodies.
Yeah, antibodies. He said 3 people from our church has taken these. It's much more available, I guess, in Florida. They even give them out free. He said all 3 of them had fantastic results from it.
Felt better by the end of the day.
Felt better by the end of the day. He said even one woman, she was up cleaning and cooking and just had sniffles at the end of the day. So we looked up to see if they had it here in Las Vegas, and lo and behold, they do. We made a call to the place, and really it was just so godlike.
There was a news report that came out in November, local news report, that the government had given Las Vegas, UMC, whatever that is, $1.5 million for this type of regimen.
And so we called there, and we got a guy named Steven, which is
Fantastic man.
Yeah. Super kind, nice, but he said he's really going to try to get us in. I think he just had felt bad that we were on vacation and got sick. So he said, yes, I talked to the person that was over him. Yes, get them in, and we'll do it. So we're expecting a phone call from them. He said hopefully they will be able to do the treatment tomorrow.
It only takes an hour. It's about a 3-hour treatment totally, but you sign in for an hour, and then they prep you, and then the treatment is actually an hour, and then you stay an hour extra to see if there's any side effects, which 99.9% of the people don't have.
Yeah, he said they'd already treated 600 people, and they only had one person that had really mild
itchy throat.
Yeah,
so
mild
forth.
Side effects. So he said it's really sounds like.
So
a
the
miracle
adventure
drug.
continues.
I'm really not feeling that bad right now. Thank God. God has been good and helped us.
Yep.
I mean, he's just kind of led us the whole way because we were like, we don't know what to do. You know, God's taking care of us. You just ask for wisdom and believe that he's going to lead you and tell you what to do. And he really has. Our God is so good.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that you're better.
Yes.
So you looked a lot better towards the end there. Kudos to you. I'm never going on TV with that. You know, my kids have said, hey, Mom will never even go to the store without all over, dressed up. I'm like, oh no, I'll go in my pajamas, but I'll have my face on. So guys, I am so proud of you. I'm proud of you for taking the leap. I'm proud of what you're doing, and keep at it. Because I do think you're going to strike a chord with some people who they're tired of being inside, and they do want to get out. They do want to travel. And you're going to take them to the places, some of them that they can't go, and you're going to inspire others to go there.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Steve. I'm so glad for the day that we met. You've really changed my life. I bring you honor, my friend, in all seriousness. You know that you are on my list of influencers. I have a top 10 list, and I'm now so old as 15. But you made it, because the day I met you, my life changed, and I appreciate you. All right, everybody.
Good ride.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.